What's up, all my sexy people? This is Devin, and we're back for Griffins Talk. Griffins Hockey. Actually, it's game night tonight. It's Friday night that I'm recording this, and I'll hopefully have it posted here shortly. Hey, so I'll definitely be watching that game as I get kicked off with the Wild. I believe they play tonight, the Iowa Wild over at Iowa Stadium. So, since I've done the last one, there's been some crazy moves that kind of have happened. Kind of some players went up and down between the Red Wings and we moved even one player from Toledo, I think, came one of the goalies, Casa, returned to Grand Rapids, and I believe they moved him back down. Giovanni Smith, he was called up to Detroit to play for a game or two, and then was put back on Griffins for tonight's game. I believe Matt Luff was recalled to Detroit. I don't think they moved him back down yet from the news I had been reading and stuff, so hopefully he's doing well. So there's been a lot of changes kind of going on. I mean, that always makes it tough on a team, but Brat Storm, I think is how you say his last name. He played 2 games and then was sent to Toledo. I believe he was our other goalie. So we have tonight they play Iowa Wild. Iowa's 1-3-0-2, 2 shootout losses. And then we play them again tomorrow, and then we have Rockford Ice Hogs on Sunday, I think it is, if I remember right. And so this is kind of a big road stretch we have right now. We have Iowa Wild tonight. Did they play last night? They might have played Iowa Wild last night. Yes, they played Iowa last night. 3-6 was the loss there. Our record sitting all overall right now is 4-4. But we play Iowa again tonight, and then we play Rockford on Saturday. And then hopefully I'll do another one before, but if not, we have Cleveland Monsters Wednesday night. This is that ends the road stretch 4 games before we finally come back home next Friday. So let's see. Just kind of recap some of our games too since the last time I'd done this, because I think the one I did was season opener. We had lost that one. Then we went on a 2-game win streak, beat the Gulls the second night, beat Milwaukee Admirals home. Then we went to Toronto Marlies. We lost the first game there. Second night we won 5-2. Texas Stars, we split with them, both at their stadium. 2-5, we lost the first night, and then night 2 was 4-3. So, and then like I said, last night we played Iowa Wild, 3-6. So hopefully we can keep on this trend of, I guess since we lost last night, hopefully we get a win tonight, because that's what it seems to be, is like almost we need that warm-up game. And so it'd be good to come out of there with a split. So far, Detroit as a whole, or Grand Rapids Griffins as a whole, Detroit as a whole organization, they've had some injuries up there. That's why some players got pulled. So, it kind of makes sense. They've gotten a couple back. Rasmussen came back for them, so they were able to. I believe that's why Giovanni Smith went up. Bertuzzi's still out with the injury. Rasmussen was serving a suspension, and so. But yeah, some of the stats from the season so far, I guess we'll kind of run through the team stats a little bit, and then we'll look at what their conference standings is, and then kind of go from there on how I think they're going to do these next few games. So currently, Austin's, I think it's Znark, is currently leading for goals. He has 5. Cross Hansas 4, and Matt Luff has 3 goals. Assist, currently right winger Toro Heroes has 8 assists. Simon Edvidson has 6, a defenseman, and then Austin has 5 assists. Austin Zarnik. So total points so far for the season: Zarnik's leading with 10. And Taro Heroes is 9. Matt Luff is 7. And then wins for goalies. Sebastian Kosa has 1. Victor Bronstorm had 1. But right now, current goalie that has the most is Husi Oklenor. I'm not great with these foreign names, and so hopefully I'm not screwing them up too bad. But I don't know if like how much of the changes that's happened in at the Red Wings level, coming down to Grand Rapids level. Oh, I hope they're playing more aggressive, kind of like Red Wings. Definitely a little bit more aggressive on offense when we're in the offensive zone. And definitely like watching Detroit's game with who'd they just beat? Capitals. I was watching that last night, and it was impressive just to see some of the stops and stuff that they made on defense as well. Just kind of being in the right positions, having sticks down on the ice, type of deals. So I feel like some of that's transitioning to the Griffins as well. Getting in those positions that we need to be in, and as I was saying, we're kind of 4-4, so we're 500 on the season right now. How like reading off some of the scores and stuff, it's our wins are close wins, I would say, for the most part. I mean, 2 of them are within 1 point. Couple of them we had kind of pulled away. I think like goals, I want to say we were up 6-5, and we got a couple goals at the end of that second goals win. When we lose, though, it's 2-6. So 4 points there, 3 points, 3 points, 3 points. So that's one thing that, to me, when you start, and I guess they're not super bad losses, but you start almost looking at are we just not quite finishing our third period where we need to be in these games and stuff. So definitely something to kind of watch for, and as we go forward, it'll be interesting to see as well, injuries and stuff that happens to Detroit. Who are they going to pull from Griffins here? So going into Iowa, looking at the stats and looking at the game last night, I feel we can get the win tonight. I felt like we struggled a little bit so the game against Iowa. Looking at it, Iowa got our early goal, 4:09, and on a power play, it looks like, and then kind of looking through just some penalties in the period. I don't see any more goals. So going into period 2 is where we kind of fell apart, because we allowed Iowa to score 3 goals, and we only managed to get 1 out of there. So we're going into the third period at 4-1. We did score a couple goals, but they were able to kind of counter answer. So overall, I would like to see our shots on goal a little bit higher. We only finished with 26 total, where Iowa had 38, and that's kind of where I want to see us closer to that 40 point total type of goal. Then we gave up 2. We had 2 penalties. We went 2 for 6 on our power play penalties. So 2 of our goals came from power plays. 2 of theirs, we gave them 7 penalty opportunities. Obviously, that we did pull our goalie at one point with giving up so many. And then I'm trying to see. So, penalties, giving up 7 penalties is kind of getting up there in numbers. I mean, I don't mind being aggressive and everything, but we just can't be doing that. I don't know with the change in goalies if I go back and forth on that move when that happened. But so I think, though, the way we played, if we don't get ourselves behind early, we can hang in there. It was kind of that second period that killed us. So a little bit different. Normally, and you can't ever take a period off, even at the AHL level. But I definitely feel as that it's cause for, we almost took that second period off, basically giving up 3 goals and then only scoring 1. So I think for tonight's game, looking at it, we put Trenton Bliss back down to Toledo. So look at tonight's game is the second of 10 meetings overall this season. It's again at the Iowa Wild. Griffins are 16, 15, and 4 overall since 2017-2018 season against the Wild, but have been outscored by Iowa 115-102. Grand Rapids is 8-9-1 on the road against Iowa since 2017-2018 season with minus 11 scoring margin. So that apparently on the road we don't play the greatest based on our history against the Iowa. As I say, Ty Ronings was the one from Iowa that was he had the couple early goals I know from last night's game. So he's definitely one that we got to kind of take care of and watch him kind of almost put bodies on. And, that's defensively. I know I just like the attack. Like at least Detroit last night's game, Detroit had with getting to the puck handler or when back on defense. And so like when he comes into your zone, getting on him and making it difficult for him to make passes. And then other players keeping their sticks down on the ice to allow for things to happen. I would say overall though, 4-4 isn't a bad start to our 72-game season. And, with the moves that's been happening and stuff with Detroit, and they're still trying to figure things out as they're a young team. I definitely think that's, a factor into what we have going. So it makes it hard when we're constantly moving pieces to see exactly what's going to come about with our team. And I think as we go a little bit further, we'll see exactly who we are. After 8 games played so far, though, we have 8 points on the season. And so that puts us right now in the Central Division, sitting 4th behind Manitoba Moose, Milwaukee Admirals, and Texas Stars, which Texas we split with them, and the Admirals we have beat. So definitely, think we can move up in the standing aspect. I think we're definitely still got a shot at making in playoffs already. I'm not concerned about that, but also it's really early for playoff picture with hockey. Biggest thing is probably our goal differential. We're down on that right now. So that's just something I feel like we got to change. Get a little bit. Like I said, when we've been losing, it's by a lot. So, but then we'll turn around and win barely. So I guess I understand a little bit where that differential is coming from. We're at a 4-point differential compared from goals for versus goals against. But after 8 games, everything's still fairly close. Manitoba up in front, they're 5-1-1. Milwaukee's 5-2. Texas Stars are 4-3 in then 1 shootout loss. So, they get the extra point for not a straight loss. That's almost key in some of our games, and we can't keep losing by like 3 points. And these bigger losses, just because if we can push games into overtime, that at least gives us 1 point and helps us with total points on the season and that stuff. So it's definitely a lot that could be done. I'm interested to see where things keep going with this team. I think there's some young talent on here that is going to be that are good for us, that have potential futures of getting pulled up. I also feel we have some veteran leaders like Austin. He's 29. Turo is 26. So we don't have a super young team. We got a good mix, I guess. I would say we have some older, more veterans on this team and some younger players as well. We got a couple 19 and 20-year-olds that are probably going to make some mistakes and stuff like that. I mean, it's good to see from our young Simon Evanson defenseman that he has 6 assists on the season already. Definitely a big thing for him to be 19. He's from Sweden, so definitely, I guess maybe we'll do that. We'll do a player highlight. So I'm gonna give it to him, Simon Evanson, number 77 on Griffins. He's shoots left-handed. He's 6'6", 215. Date of birth was 2/5 of 03. Makes me feel old when I hear that, because he's only 19 years old. Out of Onsala, Sweden. Drafted by Detroit, was first choice, 6th overall in the 2021 NHL draft. Games played this season, 7 of the 8. Has 1 goal, 6 assists, 7 points total. PIM, it's 8. Shots, 10. So that's kind of his stats for the season so far. So for this 2022 to 23 season, and he's my player of the week. And like I said, hopefully I'm going to start doing these weekly and even make it to some games and stuff. So thanks for listening to this one. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much. I need to try to get this put in order a little bit better, so that way I'm not so rambling, and be a little bit more prepared. So I'll definitely be taking highlights from tonight's game and the Sunday game, and then if I'm going to try to record it probably Sunday or Monday, so that way, probably Monday I'd like to record this, so that way I can have it out by Wednesday for you guys. So that way if there's a Wednesday night game, you can listen to it before that, kind of a preview for that game. But start trying to put these out, I think, on Wednesdays is what I'm going to do. I might do a Red Wings one. I know there's a pretty good couple Red Wings podcasts out there already. Grand Rapids Griffins, closest team for me for hockey, for a professional team, and so I just wanted to kind of start doing them a little bit. I like I said, I've enjoyed Griffins hockey, and I enjoy watching them and seeing how they play and stuff. So I didn't play hockey, but definitely learning more with the sport, and we'll continue to talk on just how they progress and how my opinions and thoughts on it. So I think it's too early to really say too much, but at the same time, I think we're all right in an all right position. I wouldn't say we're in a great position. I wouldn't say we're in a bad position, but I would say we're in an all right position moving forward. So thanks for watching, and peace till next time.